Hello and welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the channel where we cut through the noise, call out the hypocrisy and defend Prince Harry and Meghan against the endless attacks and spin. I'm Adrian, and today we're diving into Donald Trump's so-called snub of Prince Harry during his state banquet speech at Windsor Castle. Now, the headlines want you to believe Harry was sidelined, forgotten, brushed off. But let's break this down properly, because the truth is much bigger than a speech. In my years observing nature and people, I've learned that the loudest displays often mean little, while quiet persistence shapes the world. Human affairs are much the same. Distracted by headlines and drama, we miss the real stories of strength. Today, let's look past the noise and focus on Prince Harry, a man often at the centre of spectacle but whose true value lies elsewhere. Public figures are judged by fleeting moments, but real worth is built in the shadows, through choices and actions unseen. The difference between being seen and being valued is more important than ever. Let's set aside the headlines and look at the journey, not the spectacle. A person's story is written over a lifetime, not in a single evening. It's about the passions they pursue and the values they uphold, even when no one is watching. True impact isn't measured by applause, but by the change we create away from the spotlight. So let's look for the quiet strength that endures, not the noise that fades. In the end, it's the steady, purposeful work that matters most. That's where we find the real story. Imagine a state banquet at Buckingham Palace. Gowns, medals and diplomatic smiles. President Trump praised the Queen, then Prince William and Catherine, spotlighting them as the monarchy's future. But one name was missing. Harry. Despite his service and global recognition, he was invisible in that moment. The press called it a snub, a deliberate omission, but was it truly significant or just another fleeting moment in the theatre of public life? In the end, the real impact isn't who's mentioned in a speech, but what you do when the cameras are gone. The spotlight moves quickly, but substance endures. Harry's absence from the speech said more about the speaker than the man left unmentioned. True worth isn't found in public praise, but in the work done beyond the gilded hall. That's where legacy is built. Praise at a state dinner is like a bird's bright feathers, meant to impress but fleeting. Compliments are easy, often strategic, and rarely reflect true understanding. Real achievement is earned through effort and sacrifice, not applause. A speech is a painted backdrop. Real impact is the living forest behind it. Harry's work, helping others, building projects, carries weight that words never can. When someone is overlooked, it doesn't diminish their value. Sometimes being ignored by those who value spectacle means you're focused on substance. The applause fades, but the legacy of real work endures. We must ask, what matters more, the fleeting sound of your name or the lives you change? Harry's story reminds us substance outlasts spectacle. The absence of praise can be a sign of deeper purpose. True value is built in action, not in words. That's the measure that lasts. While others focus on appearances, let's look at Harry's real legacy. The Invictus Games, born from his own military experience, is a testament to resilience and hope for wounded veterans. He built it from scratch, fighting for funding and support, creating a global platform for those often overlooked. The Games are more than an event, they're a living legacy of service. Harry's advocacy extends to mental health, climate change and social justice. He's spoken openly about his struggles, breaking stigma and encouraging others. His work is about action, not image, leadership, not titles. From conservation in Africa to supporting disadvantaged youth, his focus is on real change. This is the story written in deeds, not in the silence of a banquet. True impact is measured by lives changed, not by public recognition. Harry's journey is shared with Meghan, his partner in purpose. Their relationship is often judged by image, but its foundation is shared values and action. Meghan was an advocate and humanitarian before royalty. Her work speaks for itself. Together, they launched Archwell, focusing on compassion and community. They speak out on justice, equality, and media truth, despite criticism. Their partnership is active, tackling real issues, not just playing roles. Meghan is a collaborator, not an accessory. Her strength and intellect drive their mission. Their story is about using their platform for good, not for glory. In a world obsessed with appearances, they choose substance. This is a modern partnership, defined by purpose and action. That same week, King Charles made a light-hearted speech, diplomatic, charming, but ultimately just performance. True family bonds aren't measured by public jokes or formalities. The real connection happens in private, away from cameras. When the king was diagnosed, Harry flew home, no speeches, just a son visiting his father. That quiet act spoke more than any public gesture. It showed love and family beyond titles or disagreements. The real story is in these private moments, not in banquet speeches. Authentic connections are built in quiet, not in spectacle. A private visit says more about their bond than 1,000 public words. That's where true meaning lies. Was Trump's omission intentional? It doesn't matter. Focusing on the spectacle misses the point. Worth isn't granted by others, but built from within. Harry's courage is in forging his own path, stepping away from expectations for the sake of his values and family. His legacy is in service, not status. The impact of his work, Invictus mental health advocacy, speaks louder than any compliment. By choosing authenticity over tradition, he's opened a new chapter. His story is about lives touched, not banquets attended. He's shown it's possible to redefine your life and legacy, the most inspiring lesson. Don't be a silent character in someone else's story. Write your own, guided by your values. Quiet strength endures long after the noise fades. So here's the takeaway. Harry wasn't erased. He was ignored because he doesn't play their game. But the world sees his impact. And with Meghan by his side, his story is far from over. Thanks for watching Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian. Don't forget to like, subscribe and join us next time as we continue to expose the hypocrisy and celebrate the Sussex's journey.